first round, my salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers call me. Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the Cardinals. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff for what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the chance from the other side, the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, you look at the Ravens, champions of the AFC. Remember, they won Super Bowl 47 back in February of 2013. And they've been one of the best teams in the NFL the last decade or so. And now they look to cap off a tremendous season.
And to your point, we have to remember that Baltimore Ravens history starts in 1996 when the Browns moved from Cleveland. Since then, they've won the Super Bowl twice, number 47, as you mentioned, and also Super Bowl 35 in Tampa over the New York Giants.
Meanwhile, the Arizona Cardinals into the Super Bowl for just the second time in franchise history. And they're trying to become the third team in 3 years after the Buccaneers and Rams to win a Super Bowl in their home stadium.
And you just mentioned that the Buccaneers and Rams won the Super Bowl in their home stadium. The Buccaneers did it first. These Cardinals, they're trying to win their first NFL title since they were the Chicago Cardinals in 1947, currently the longest championship drought in the NFL.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Former Heisman winner leading them out, the two-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, the electric Kyler Murray.
And with the game being played in Glendale, it's extra special for Murray to be leading his Cardinals out as the NFC representative in this game. He's taken steps forward every season to help this offense ascend to among the league's best. If he wins the Super Bowl in his home stadium, he'll be an Arizona legend forever.
Right to the air. Here's Murray. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. Here's Murray. And this is caught. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's first and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner from 6 yards away. And the Cardinals are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So that drive of 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
We've seen Lamar Jackson dance all over defenses throughout the regular season, but this is the first time we've seen him stepping up to the Super Bowl spotlight. You always thought you'd see him get here at some point. In fact, on draft night, he told us he was bringing a Super Bowl to Baltimore.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Another run here with Dobbins. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Greg Dortch back deep. Let's take it at around the 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Murray's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. Touchdown, Cardinals! Robbie Anderson, 30 yards. And the Cardinals will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here at Super Bowl 57. 14-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now is the punter, Jordan Stout. Now here comes Dortch on the return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. Murray now on 1st down. He's got Anderson right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time. Now Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Robbie Anderson. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cardinals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Pulled in at the 24. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3. He's got a man. Complete. A touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. 71 yards. And the Cards are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with him. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there, let him go get it.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, the jet sweep to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Jackson looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Jackson on first down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, Can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Murray now to throw. Out to his left. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. James Prochet deep for Baltimore. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Up come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But there's ever a chance to regroup. It's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're going to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
On 3rd down, Jackson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, up big with still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Now this throw caught left side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to...
Touchdown, Cardinals! Trey McBride. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Cardinals are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Ravens taking the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense is not just a touchdown.
Trey McBride, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. Just 1 more quarter remains. Ravens in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest, but now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly, but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Hopkins making the catch. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cardinals continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Prater for the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens ready to take over. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his numbers of ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he's got some space here. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I know it should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now Prater to end the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Connor. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Connor up the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Prater on to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of how this scenario, like, what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have, like, 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And the Cardinals have done it. They're the kings of the NFL. Arizona, your Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
It's another one.